and welcome to another edition of Get Fed Better with Ledbetter. I'm Julie Ledbetter, and we're here today at the Great Brook Sugar House in New Milford, Connecticut, with Mark Mankin, who's the director of the New Milford Youth Agency.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. We're making maple syrup,
Yes.
And it's a activity that happens usually in February or March. We
had such a bad winter this
right?
winter.
And that was good though, because it put a lot of cold in the ground, and we have a lot of water in this fall. The trees love that, and they also like consistency. It was very, very cold all January, all December. So when the weather finally broke and we started getting some 40 degrees, the trees just like sprang into action and ended up with amazing amounts of sap. We have 1,600 trees up in South County.
And do you use a bucket system or a tubing system?
We use both. We have 1,200 trees that are tubed, which come down to collection tanks. Then we have 400 buckets, which everyone requires. And they have to be done just about every other day. And between the two of them, we can bring anywhere from 1,000 to as much as 1,800 gallons in a day.
That's unbelievable. And what's your ratio of sap to syrup?
Right now, I think we're probably about 35 gallons of sap to make a gallon of syrup. Usually it's about 40 to 1.
So it's a better...
It's a much better, because
sap.
we're at a higher sugar level right now. We're running about 2.4 to 2.6. And normally it's around 2. So yeah, we're very, very happy.
So do you want to take us through what happens in this big
Sure,
trap?
yeah. We're, again, we're capping 1,600 trees. We have a collection tank in the back, which is refrigerated, because sap is very much like milk. It has a lot of bacteria in it, and if it's not refrigerated or processed immediately, it can spoil. And that's when you get the kind of the dark, off-flavored syrups. We pump up to a tank in the back, and then it comes through 3 separate compartments on this machine. And the idea is to try to boil it as fast as you possibly can to get that 34 gallons of water out, so that you get the gallon of syrup. As it enters the top, it's preheating the sap, and we force cold air through, rile the sap up, gives us more surface area. By the time it drops into the actual evaporator, we got the syrup coming out of there already. We are already boiling. It goes through the back of this machine and pops out over here, works its way through, and when it reaches a certain temperature and a sugar level, then we take it off as maple syrup. And
now I'm going to pause you there.
Sure.
Get the camera and get this on film.
Yeah, get that.
And this comes out automatically.
It comes out automatically. In the old days, they would use a hydrometer and they would use a thermometer, and they'd be constantly taking readings.
Right.
Today, what we do is we set the readings in the morning, and again later at night. And at that point, what we do...
And this runs all night long?
We will, if we have to,
That's amazing.
We'll go until 3 in the morning sometimes.
Man.
The minute that it reaches the temperature that we've set, the valve opens and syrup comes out.
That's fantastic.
And then from here, it's taken over to a finishing machine.
Okay.
And the finishing machine basically is there to fine-tune the sap. We want it to be spot on, because if it's too light, it has a tendency to mold. If it's too thick, it has a tendency to make rock candy in the bottom of the container, which people sometimes mistake for glass, and we don't want that.
Oh, yeah.
We take it from the finishing machine once it's done and put it into a filter press.
Okay.
And the filter press will take out sugar niter, unburnt sugar, sand, anything else that's come up with the water through the root system, and it's going to cloud up the syrup, and we get a nice crystal clear.
What about initial filtration? What happens when it comes out of the tank?
The only other time that we'll filter this is basically when we put it in that tank. Between the buckets and the lines that we have in the tank, we have
you must get bugs.
You get bugs, the occasional chipmunk. So it goes through a cloth screen that takes all that stuff out, and then directly into here. And then we're the final filtering is there. We We then take it, bring it back up to 180 degrees again, and then it's containerized, or it's put into 5 or 15-gallon containers. And the idea is
keeps you warm all
exactly
summer.
right. Keeps those.
You sell all year long.
Yep, keeps those pancakes happy.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Appreciate
Thank
your time.
you.